bottle trash, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child. And then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you think.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Jakayla, and I am an incoming freshman at Winston-Salem State University. Bro, I'm gonna say that every time because, like, I'm just so proud of myself. Hopefully, my mic is actually on and working. Yes, on. Hopefully, we got good audio quality. But today, we will be doing a Q&A to answer questions so y'all can get to know me. And I asked some questions on my Instagram, took some of those, put them in my notes, and then I added some other questions. And without further ado, let's get started. The first question is, how old are you? I am 18, and I turned 18 in November on the 18th. You know, golden birthday. But I did celebrate it, so that's besides the point. But this year, I'm actually celebrating my birthday. This is the first year I have a birthday for real. I'm not gonna lie. Are you close with your family? That's the second question. I can say I'm close with my family, but like I'm not really a family-oriented person. I'm family-oriented with certain parts of my family, like PPG and my cousin and my sister and Blade. Like I'm close with certain people in my family, but I'm not close with my entire family. Are you more of an introvert or extrovert? It really depends, because depending who I'm around or what predicament I'm in, I tend to be introvert. Like I don't like the public for real, because the public's there, you know? But I am very social in spaces I want to be in, and spaces I have to be social in. So it's like, it really depends. It really depends. What's something you've had to unlearn? Okay, one thing I had to unlearn is like, one, due to all my trauma throughout my life, I have a lot of things that I've taken from that trauma. I just had to learn all those skills to, you know, pick up healthier skills, healthier coping skills, just healthier versions of what I knew. Because me personally, you know, I'm only 18, so like I was a kid, teenager, whatever, and throughout I've learned some toxic behaviors or like some bad behaviors, and over time, like recently, especially with me turning 18, going to therapy and stuff like that, I have been unlearning those things. All right, what made you start creating content? So what made me start creating content is, like, I'm not gonna lie, all my life I've always wanted a YouTube channel, always wanted to do content. Like as a kid, I had a YouTube channel for a little bit. I got 2 new subscribers as of last. Luckily I can't find it anymore. I had plenty of YouTube channels actually. Not too much of my hair. I just left a job interview. Pretty sure I'm gonna actually look it up to see if I can find my old YouTube channel and probably put a clip or something in it. But like, I always wanted to do content because like, I just like that. I like documenting my life. I like being able to go back and just watch and be like, yeah, that was a good moment. Or like, just, you know, documenting it. Cause like me personally, I'm the type of person to keep something in my camera roll for years and years and years. Like I don't really tend to go on my camera roll too much because like I know it's like stuff in there, screenshots, everything. I tend to keep things, but like because of storage, I be having to delete some things. So I feel like doing content is a way that I can express myself freely and be me while also documenting my life. What's your biggest goal for this year? Well, it's 2026 and it's August right now, so the year almost over, but my biggest goal is to just don't stop doing things because of what other people are going to think. Don't think about what other people think, basically. And I really want to maintain a 3.5 or higher GPA for, you know, semester and college overall. I want my grades high because I believe in myself. And I feel like high school didn't count because, one, throughout high school, I faced so much trauma and so much throughout that I wasn't able to actually focus on my academics and everything that had to do with school. And I feel like this is a time where I can actually be myself, focus on academics, and focus on embracing and being in an actual community. Like, what's one boundary you've learned to set? One boundary I've learned to set is to say no. Like, I'm still working on it, but like, I really have a hard time of telling people no, or like telling people what they don't want to hear. Like, me personally, I can tell people what they don't want to hear, but like a lot of times, like for example, someone asks me to do something with them, I tend to, even if I don't want to, I tend to like do it anyways, or I tend to like beat around a bush of saying no, or like try to find excuses of why I can't. But like, I'm learning to say no, because no means no, and I feel like people gotta understand that. All right, where do you want to go in life? In life, one, I just want to be successful. I want to be able to be happy. I want to be in my personal peace. Like, I just want to be able to have a peaceful space to where I can grow every day. Like, where I actually see myself, I really see myself, you know, having a good house, a good career, hopefully in law, but a good career, and sooner or later starting a family, and just creating my peace. I'm gonna be honest, because like, I feel like growing up, I never really had no peace. It was always this, it was always that, it was always something. So I want to be able to create my own peace, and like be able to actually create a space for me where I'm comfortable. Because I've spent 18 years being uncomfortable. I feel like it's time for me to get comfortable in my own life, you feel me? What's something that made you who you are today? Something that made me who I am today is my trauma, for sure. Like, my trauma has made me who I am. Every single piece of trauma that I face have slowly built up and have slowly formed me, because like, everything that I've been through has changed me in so many ways. I feel like my trauma is what made me who I am today. How did you get into tattooing? All right, to be honest, I got into tattooing because I really wanted tattoos so bad. And it was this one scenario. I was in driver's ed with my girlfriend, and I was bored out of my damn mind. And I was taking like, I unbent a paper clip and was using like pen ink, and I was trying to do a stick and poke on myself. And she had a stick and poke kit that she had, and she gave it to me, and then I started with stick and pokes on myself. And then time went by, I had got a job over summer, and I bought me a tattoo kit, and it was really up from there. Like, it was really up from there. And I feel like I've been doing tattoos for like 2 years, but consistently I've been doing tattoos since November. And I've recently just gotten really good at it, and I've recently just got like more clientele and stuff like that. And are you ready for college? I am so ready for college. I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. But to think about it, I am very ready. I'm ready to be in an environment where everybody's doing something with their life. I'm ready to be in an environment where I can safely, peacefully get my education. I'm not going to say it's going to be all peace, because it is going to be ups and downs. But I am ready to be in a space where I belong, I feel like. Because me personally, an environment, like, you can really be, what's the word I'm looking for? An example of your environment. And you don't get to control what environment you grow up in. So I feel like by me going into an environment where I can actually focus, where I can actually do what I want to do in life without having to worry about getting somewhere. Like, for example, my senior year, I had to worry about getting to school. Like, I almost didn't graduate because I didn't go to school, because I didn't have a way to get to school. I don't have to worry about getting to school. I don't have to worry about a roof over my head, food in my mouth. Like, by those things, it's making me extremely ready for college, because I feel like I'm just ready to get out of Charlotte. Even if Winston-Salem is an hour and 30 minutes. That's not far enough to me, but it's far enough to where I'm not in Charlotte being an example of my environment. You feel me? All right. What's the lesson you had to learn the hard way? A lesson I had to learn the hard way is that family or not, friends or not, associates or not, you are really in your own life. You have your support system, your people, but this is your life, and like, you really have to live it to the fullest, and you just have to do what you want to do or go towards your goals without thinking about, oh, what if they're not there for me? What if they don't support me type shit. And it's just like with that, that's something I really had to learn, because throughout high school and all that, I'm looking like, I play basketball. I'm looking at my games where the support, nobody's there other than like my grandma, and like, oh, nobody's showing up for me. Award ceremonies, nobody showed up. This, that, and the third. Hold up. Oh, best body armor. I feel like I had to learn that this is my life. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing for you, because you can do for yourself. I literally raised myself. Even though I grew up in a household with one of my parents, I still raised myself because I had to learn everything by myself, teach myself this. I just had to learn by myself. So I feel like that's the lesson I learned the hard way. That nobody's like, regardless, even if you think so. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I had to learn nobody's really there for you. They're gonna be there when they want to be there. They're gonna support when they want to support. But at the end of the day, I got me. So you got you, basically. What's the biggest way I've changed over the past few years? I feel like over the past few years, a way I've changed is just embracing me, learning me, and getting to know who I am as a person. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie, being where I came from, I feel like I suppressed a lot of my personality. I suppressed a lot of who I was because of the people around me. And even still to this day, when I'm around those certain people, I still do that. But I've learned to like embrace who I am. Like, for example, my favorite color was black damn near all my life, because, you know, the environment I was in, I wasn't really allowed to have a favorite color. I wasn't really, like, even if I did have a favorite color, I wasn't gonna be able to embrace it or anything like that. Like, now you can tell my favorite color is pink. Almost everything I own is pink. My tattoo set up pink. Water bottle, it's not pink, but it got pink in it. Like, everything about me, you can tell my favorite color is pink. And like, also just embracing who I am. Like, even around anybody, just be me. Like, that's something that I have changed over the past few years. I've learned to be myself. I've learned to not let what anybody think affect me. I mean, I'm human, so, you know, it still affect me in a certain way, but like, you know, I feel like I have learned to not really care, because, like, for example, my hair. I love my hair. I love dyeing my hair. I love being able to dye my hair and express myself through my hair. And I wouldn't let nobody change that of me. When I'm ready to change that, that's when I will change that. But like, I feel like I won't let what anybody else got going on or what anybody else think of me change who I am. Because at the end of the day, I have to be me. So I've learned to embrace myself over the past few years. It took some time, took therapy, it took a lot of trial and error, but I feel like right now I'm at the most myself I have been ever, for real. What made you interested in becoming a lawyer? Well, I feel like basically the environment I grew up in, everything I've witnessed, and also everything that's happening in this world. I can't necessarily say I want to fully be a lawyer, because like, I don't know where life is going to take me, but like, that's something I want to pursue. But with the environment I grew up in, everything that's going on in the world, one, I want somebody in those positions that look like me, but that also put in fairness. Like, right now, it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world that's not fair, that don't make sense. And it's like, I want to be the change, basically. I want to be the change in some way that I can. And pursuing law, that's one way I want to. And plus, like, always growing up, that's just what I've been interested in. All like the interconnected, hold on, that didn't make sense. Like, the ins and outs of like the legal system, the police, like government, anything like that. I have always been hyper fixated and interested in it. And what's your favorite tattoo you've done? It would have to be like, it was this cross I did on my twin. And honestly, I really didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, because it was a big tattoo and I was just getting into tattoos, and I really didn't think I was gonna be able to execute it. But I can't say it's it's my best work, but this is my favorite because it actually, you know, I don't know. I feel like it was my first big piece, my first commitment to actually tattooing. Why did you quit basketball? So I quit basketball because like throughout because I needed a job. I had no financial support, again, raising myself. Like, I had my grandma or whatever, but like I really had no real support. If I wanted to go hang out with my friend, I couldn't even go hang out with my teammates because nobody wanted to give me $20 to go to the movie. Like, you know, nobody wanted to give me money or support me, even though I feel like that's what parents and like family should do for the kids. That's kind of their job. But I needed a job. And then also, I was like, again, my environment was never the best. Like, I didn't have a stable home situation. Throughout high school, I lived in 6 different places. Throughout 4 years, I've lived in 6 different places. And for 3 years of my life, I had to literally pack a bag just to go stay at somebody else's house just so I can get to school. So it's like, with those, like, doing that, it took a toll on my mental health and everything. So it's like, I just really could not continue playing basketball. Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like you don't need money to be able to play basketball, because all you need to do, put that work in, and you'll be good. And like, I really had a good support system when it came to like my coaches and stuff, because they did anything to help me. Thank you to them. But I don't know, I just couldn't continue playing. What's one thing you're trying to improve? How I talking more, becoming more verbal with how I feel, and everything combined in that. Because me personally, like, for example, my senior year at school, I can say throughout the entire year, my entire senior year, unless it was basketball or anything basketball related, I probably said less than 2,000 words. Like, literally throughout the whole senior year, from August to June, I barely even talked to my teachers. Like, that's how bad it was. And it was, I don't know what it was, but it was due to the fact that I felt like I felt out of place, especially after I quit basketball. I really did feel out of place. I didn't feel like I fit in nowhere. So it's like, I don't got nothing to say. So I didn't say anything. So now I'm learning to be more verbal, talk more, express myself, regardless what other people think, any situation, learning to talk. And like, I'm gonna be honest, like, just 2 years ago, I couldn't even order my own food. My cousins and them had to order my own food. Like, if I had to, I was able to order my own food if I had to. But if I was in a situation to where someone else was there and they could do it for me, I would want them to do it for me. Because I just, like, I don't know, I can't say I've always struggled with talking, but like, I have a real deep inner monologue, so I talk a lot in my head, and I just, like, sometimes my mouth just don't work. So that's one thing I'm trying to improve, talking, expressing myself. Like, you know, and I feel like doing YouTube and like content is gonna help. You know, it's gonna help because, you know, I kind of can't just sit here and stare at y'all, you feel me? But how was high school for you? High school was the worst 4 years of my life. The worst 4 years of my life. I can't even lie. High school was the worst. Mainly because, again, like I said, bouncing from place to place, not having a stable living situation, like not just having a stable environment to be able to focus on school. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I've never had bad grades. Like, never had bad grades. But I feel like my grades wasn't as good as they could have been due to my situation. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my junior year, when I was living with my coach, and I actually had a stable situation. I had a room, my own bathroom. Like, I had a stable living situation. I was able to get back and forth to practice. Had food. Like, the meals was good as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. They used to throw down in that motherfucking kitchen, but had good. Like, I had something stable. That was the best my grades have ever been. For the first and second semester, first semester I had all A's. Second semester I had A's and B's. Third semester I had all B's, and last semester I had a mixture of A's, B's, and C's. So like those were the best my grades have ever been. Even though my grades don't really get below a D, no, below a C, I still feel like my grades definitely could have been better if I had a better environment. And that was an example that if I had the environment, I could actually do it. But do you miss high school? No, I don't miss high school. What I miss about high school is the memories that I created, the friends that I met, all of that. Basketball. I miss basketball sophomore year and a little bit basketball junior year. But other than that, I don't miss high school. I don't miss anything about it. Well, I keep saying like, I gotta see, I'm working on it. But who's a role model to you? I feel like this question is like an actual big question because me personally, I don't really have, in my environment, I don't have a lot of role models. Like, unless you're talking like celebrities or people I look up to. Like, for example, I look up to Jasmine Crockett, Cory Booker. Those people, shit, I can't say his name, but the mayor of New York, like I look up to people like them. But like a role model in my personal life, I would have to say Coach Gibson, Coach G. I feel like he changed my perspective on life. I'm not gonna lie. And low key, I feel like he was the reason I made it this far. And yeah, I really do thank you. I'm so grateful. But yeah, that's my role model. What's the hardest tattoo you've ever done? I'm not doing any more side tattoos. I'm not gonna lie. So you trying to book a side tattoo? I'm not doing that shit. I don't know. I feel like that's the hardest placement, because one, if they're sitting down, you know, you gotta stretch the skin. I don't know. It's just the hardest place I tattoo. I gotta learn how to tattoo that place. I tattooed a side tattoo on my sister. I'm gonna put it somewhere on the screen. And I feel like that was the hardest tattoo I did. One, to her, she said it tickled, so she was giggling a lot, laughing a lot, moving a lot. It's like, you know, you gotta compensate for the client movement, of course, but like, it was just hard, difficult. And like, don't get me wrong, I love facing hard things, and that's why sooner or later I am going to tackle it again. But that was the hardest tattoo I did by far. Like, how long have you been tattooing? Like I said earlier, 2 years, consistently since like January. But yeah, I've been doing tattoos since my sophomore year. The summer of my sophomore year. It's the summer after my senior year, so do that math. How do you balance school and tattooing? Well, being that I just started really being consistent with getting clients and tattooing for real, I haven't really had to, slow down. I started to do them in the summer more consistently, so I haven't really had to balance doing it with school, and I haven't had to balance them together. But how I plan to balance them is, one, don't overwork myself, don't overbook myself, because one, books comes first. This is a business, my tattoo business, but books come first. My education comes first. How I plan to balance it is just one step at a time. I feel like when I answer questions, I be going around and around, but like, I don't know, I be going on tangents. Why did you choose your college? I chose Winston-Salem State. One, I've been touring Winston-Salem since 6th grade. Like, in 6th grade, I was in this class called Added, and we did a lot of college tours. And Winston-Salem was like one of the first, other than UNC Charlotte, colleges that I've toured. And, you know, I've just been at this college since 6th grade, and it's on and on and on. And I also like the community. Like, one, I love that it's at HBCU, but the community that I have gotten from Winston-Salem, like, as of right now, I have met so many people, I have connected with so many people, and like, we've just been talking, chopping it up, got content group chats, like party promoter group chats, just regular group chats just to talk. And I just love the community. I love how everybody is on the same wave, and like, everybody wants to come together, you know? Like, I just love that about it. This is the last question. What were you like as a kid? As a kid, growing up, I feel like at like the beginning of my childhood, I was like a real bubbly kid, real happy, wanted to talk to everybody, all of that. The shield came off, and I started to realize what my environment was, and like the people around me, like my childhood. Once I started to realize this is not right, this, that, and the third, like I feel like I went back into a shell and started to become introverted, shy. I barely talked, only to people my age. I only talk to people my age. Like, I feel like growing up, I started to go back into a shell, become of a closed person. And as a kid, at first I started off open, then I closed up, and now as I went into my teenage years, I started being more open with people outside my family and like friends and people outside my environment. And then now I feel like I became more of me. I don't know. I feel like middle school and high school was me finding me. Elementary was me going through a lot. And yeah, whole time I'm on a tangent because the question was like, what were you like as a kid? So, but yeah, that was the last question. Thank you for sitting through this boring, long video of me answering questions. Thank y'all for going through this video with me. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow all my social medias. It's going to be in the intro. It's going to be somewhere on the screen, I think. And in the outro, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But thank you. And yeah, come back because we start our college diary soon. We leave for college and it's August 4th. We leave for college in 4 days. And I want to do a video about what I got for college, but I don't want to even touch that stuff. Like, I'm not packed, I'm not anything, I'm not ready. Like, I can't do this shit. This is stressful, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna try to make it work. And yeah, thank you.